Well, today marks exactly 3 years since an earthquake decimated what was already one of the world's poorest countries. The 7.0 earthquake struck Haiti on January 12, 2010, burying thousands in a matter of seconds. The Haitian government estimates that 250,000 people were killed. The quake destroyed much of the capital, Port-au-Prince, including the presidential palace. Well, reconstruction remains slow, despite billions of dollars pledged by donors. International Cooperation Minister Julian Fantino came under fire this week for suggesting Canada would freeze aid for new projects. Well, Mike Landry is the head of physiotherapy, the physiotherapy department at Duke University. He went to Haiti to treat victims of the earthquake, and he's back there now making a film about how the country is recovering. And he joins us from Port-au-Prince by phone. So, Mike, you're there. Paint me a picture of what it's like in Haiti now, 3 years later.
Hi, Christine. Well, today is a very important day for so many Haitians. Actually, it was in the hundreds of thousands who perished within about 58 seconds. So the massive toll here was one of the largest we've seen in our modern times. And I was here very early on and throughout, but if you were to drive through the streets of Port-au-Prince today, it actually looks much improved. You would not see the rubble that you saw even half a year ago, 6 months ago. So I would say things are improving. Some of the comments made by Julian Fantino, have really cascaded this country into questioning the role of Canada. There is progress. Is it slow? Of course it's slow. But I think we have to really look at how aid is delivered in countries like Haiti and around the world. And when we all arrived here, we really pushed the Haitian community aside in order to achieve our own objectives, which was getting our own medical teams in and getting our own projects underway. Mm-hmm. And it's almost as though when it's convenient, then we bring the Haitians back into the mix. So I think we really have to take a good look at the structure of humanitarian assistance. That's one thing. The other is, in my mind, we become responsible for our actions. And although hundreds of thousands died, many, many thousands actually lived. And we pulled them back from the brink of death, to be quite honest. And now we're responsible for those. And part of our film is to follow some of the patients that we treated in those early days to exactly answer that question. How are they doing today?
So I take it you feel a lot more has been accomplished than is getting credit for. Give us a sense, Mike, how much has changed in Haiti for the better?
Well, the infrastructure here will take decades to repair. And so, but that was not necessarily an outcome of the earthquake. I would say that in the last 3 years, this country is now close, in terms of the infrastructure, close to where it was on January 10th, 2010, just a few days before the earthquake. So I think in a 3-year process, things have moved very quickly. It doesn't mean that the work is done. That's for sure. And by the way, I am Canadian, and most of this work was done through the University of Toronto, and I only recently moved to Duke University. So as a Canadian, this is very difficult, and I'm the one, and we are the people who are on the ground. And I'm telling you, there is a lot of progress, but the job is not yet done, and we need to do a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Mike, I do feel like you are one of the first. We've interviewed a number of people on this story, and a lot of others have said it doesn't feel like a lot of progress is being made. Why is there that general sense out there that billions of dollars are going in and not a lot is being accomplished? Why does that seem like the general sense that's out there?
Well, I think you have to understand that this is one of the poorest country in the world, and certainly in the Western Hemisphere. And progress is not always measured on the amount of garbage that's on the streets, which I read a comment from the Minister of International Cooperation. I wouldn't personally use that as an indicator of success or failure, but I would look at, have we begun to bring in Haitian institutions into the decision-making framework? And I think so. I mean, is Haiti a place where there's a low level of corruption? Absolutely not. But I think, again, back to one of my earlier points, what we do in humanitarian aid, the structure in which the process occurs, actually generates the outcome that we have today, which is a struggling infrastructure. Although there is positiveness, there's a lot to go forward. But it really is the structure in which we engage early on. One of the physicians that I know very well, who's a very talented orthopedic surgeon, you know, on January 12, 2010, he was pushed aside by a lot of the international aid groups who were in. And, you know, that's not how we need to do emergency response. We have to engage the local communities immediately.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mike, I know you've done incredibly important work there and are continuing to do quite a bit there. We appreciate you for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you very much.